You're at checkout. The total is $98. And right there, under the Pay in Full button, is another option. Smaller, friendlier, almost whispering to you. 4 payments of $24.50. 0 interest. You click it. It feels free. It feels smart even. You just turned a $98 purchase into something that barely feels like spending money at all. But here's what nobody tells you in that moment. Buy now, pay later isn't free. It's not even close to free. It's one of the most quietly expensive financial habits available to you right now. And it's not the interest that gets you. It's the timing. It's the psychology. It's the way these apps are built, almost perfectly, to make you spend more than you meant to, more often than you meant to. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how a buy now, pay later transaction actually works behind the scenes, why it can end up costing you more than a credit card, even with 0% interest, and how it quietly trains your brain to keep coming back. And then I'm going to give you a simple set of replacement rules, plus an exact script you can use to negotiate or exit any BNPL plan you're currently stuck in. Let's get into it. Let's slow down and actually look at what happens when you use buy now, pay later, because most people never see this part. Step 1, you get to checkout. The BNPL option is usually presented right next to the total price, and it's almost always framed around the smallest number possible. Instead of $98, you see $24.50. Your brain processes that smaller number as the cost of the decision. That's not an accident. That's the entire design. Step 2, you approve a soft credit check, sometimes not even that, and you're approved in under a minute. There's no waiting period, no cooling off time, nothing that makes you pause and think. Compare that to a car loan or a mortgage, where you have days to reconsider. BNPL is built for zero friction, and zero friction means zero time to change your mind. Step 3. The first payment is usually taken immediately, right at checkout. This matters because it makes the purchase feel already handled. Your brain registers the transaction as complete, even though 3 more payments are still coming. Step 4. Over the following 6 weeks, on average, 3 more payments get pulled automatically from your card or bank account, usually every 2 weeks. And this is where the real damage happens for most people. Not because the plan itself is expensive, but because your money is now committed on autopilot. You've stacked a promise on top of your future paychecks before you've even received them. Step 5. If a payment fails, maybe your account is a little low that week, most BNPL providers charge a late fee. Some charge interest retroactively on the entire original amount, not just the missed installment. And if this becomes a pattern, some providers report it to credit bureaus, which can affect your credit score, the same score you were trying to protect by avoiding a credit card in the first place. Here's the pitfall almost nobody talks about. It's not any single BNPL plan that hurts you. $98 split 4 ways feels harmless. It's what happens when you have 4, 5, 6 of these plans, running at the same time, each one small and manageable on its own, but together pulling from your account every few days. One study on BNPL usage found that a significant share of frequent users end up juggling multiple concurrent plans. And that's exactly when people start missing payments, not because they can't do math, but because they lose track of the full picture. The app shows you one purchase at a time. Your bank account has to deal with all of them at once. Now let's talk about cost, because 0% interest is the single most misleading phrase in this entire industry. 0% interest does not mean zero cost. It means the cost has been moved somewhere else, onto late fees, onto your credit score, onto the psychological cost of having several tiny debts running at once, and onto something economists call opportunity cost, which we'll get to in a second. Let's compare 3 ways of buying that same $98 item. Option 1, buy now, pay later, 0%, paid on time, every time. In a perfect world, where you never miss a payment and never stack multiple plans, this genuinely costs you close to zero in fees. That's true, and it's fair to say that, but that perfect world scenario is rare. Research on BNPL users has repeatedly found that a large portion of people using these plans, often around a third or more, miss at least one payment. And once you miss one, the 0% plan can suddenly include a late fee that's a real percentage of your original purchase, sometimes 7, 10, even more. Option 2, a credit card paid off within the same 6-week window. If you pay your card in full before the statement is due, you also pay 0 interest. But a credit card has something BNPL doesn't, a single unified statement. You see everything you owe in one place, one time. That visibility is worth more than people realize because it's much harder to lose track of one number than 4 separate automatic withdrawals spread across different apps. Option 3, saving first, then buying. This is the slowest option and also, mathematically, the cheapest one because there's no possibility of a late fee, no possibility of a credit ding, and no risk of stacking. But it comes with a real cost too, the opportunity cost of delayed enjoyment. And for some purchases, that's genuinely a fair price to pay for peace of mind. Now here's where it gets interesting, and this is the part most finance content skips entirely. BNPL doesn't just cost you money when something goes wrong, it costs you through a pattern called payment decoupling. That's the psychological gap between the moment you enjoy something and the moment you actually pay for it. When you pay in full up front, your brain links the pain of paying to the pleasure of buying, and that link naturally makes you more careful next time. BNPL severs that link. You get the product today, and the pain, the actual withdrawal from your account, shows up 2, 4, 6 weeks later, often after you've already mentally moved on to the next purchase. Studies on shopping behavior have consistently shown this decoupling effect increases both how often people buy and how much they spend per purchase, compared to paying immediately. This is why BNPL users so often report a pattern that looks a lot like this. They use it for one purchase, it feels manageable, so a week later they use it again for something else, and a few weeks after that, again. Each individual plan looks small and safe, but add them up, and a lot of people find they've quietly committed $200, $300, sometimes $400 a month in payments. They didn't fully register as spending because no single moment ever felt like spending a lot of money. That's the trap, not one bad purchase, a pattern of small purchases that never felt big enough to question. So let's fix this. Here are 4 replacement rules you can start using today, and then a script for getting out of any BNPL plan you're already in. Replacement rule number 1, the one plan rule. Never have more than one active BNPL plan running at a time. If you want to use a new one, you have to fully pay off the current one first. This single rule eliminates almost all of the stacking problem we talked about earlier. Replacement rule number 2, the full price test. Before you click that BNPL button, pull up the full price, not the installment number, and ask yourself one honest question. Would I still buy this if I had to pay the whole amount right now, today, in one payment? If the answer is no, that's real information. That's your brain telling you the installment framing is doing the convincing, not the actual value of the purchase. Replacement rule number 3, the same-day transfer. If you do use BNPL, immediately transfer the full remaining balance into a separate savings account the same day you make the purchase. This undoes the psychological trick. Instead of your money sitting in your regular account feeling available, it's already earmarked and gone, mentally speaking. When the automatic payments come out, you're just moving money you already set aside, not scrambling. Replacement rule number 4, the true cost label. Every time you're about to use BNPL, say the full price out loud, not the installment price. Not $24.50, but $98. This sounds almost too simple, but reconnecting the full number to the decision is exactly what closes the payment decoupling gap we talked about earlier. It puts the pain back where it belongs, at the moment of the decision, not scattered across 6 invisible weeks. Now, if you're currently in one or more BNPL plans and you want out, or you want better terms, here's a script you can literally use, word for word, whether you're calling customer service or messaging through the app. Here's what you say. Hi, I'd like to review my current payment plan. I want to pay off the remaining balance in one payment today, if there's no penalty for early payoff. Can you confirm there's no fee for paying early and tell me the exact remaining balance? That single question does 2 things. It gets you the real number, right now, no confusion. And in most cases, because BNPL providers don't typically charge early payoff penalties, since they'd rather have your money now than risk you missing a payment later, you can simply clear the whole thing in one shot and be done with it. If you can't pay it off in full today, use this instead. I'm not able to make the next payment on the original date. Can we adjust the payment date to align with my income schedule? And can you confirm this won't be reported as a missed payment? Providers would usually rather adjust a date than record a missed payment, because a missed payment increases their own risk of not getting paid at all. Asking directly, calmly, and early before the payment is actually missed puts you in a much stronger position than waiting for the automatic withdrawal to fail on its own. Here's the truth this whole video is really about. Buy now, pay later isn't evil, and it isn't automatically a mistake. Used with the one-plan rule, the full price test, and full awareness, it can genuinely be a zero-cost tool. But it was built by companies who make money in part from people who don't follow those rules. From stacking, from missed payments, from decoupled spending that doesn't feel like spending until the bill adds up. The product isn't designed to trick you into one bad purchase. It's designed to make many small purchases feel too small to question. And now that you can see the mechanism, you get to decide whether you're the one using it or the one being used by it. If this helped you see BNPL differently, subscribe for more videos that break down exactly how financial products are built to work on your behavior, not just your wallet. I'll see you in the next one.